Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat podcast, your one-stop shop for daily Miami Heat content. My name is Amir. Got digital Adel back on the program once again. For today's episode, we want to talk about our experience at Summer League. We both were in Summer League. I was there for a few days. Adele was there for 5 days?
Yeah, I was there for 4 nights, 5 days. Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a good time watching. We didn't get to see the Heat game together, but Adele was able to watch multiple Heat games while he was
Yeah.
there in Summer League. And so for this episode, we want to do a quick recap on our experience. So this was both our first time at the Las Vegas Summer League. It was Adele's first time in Las Vegas in general, which
Period.
I've been there plenty of times. But want to get your experience, your opinion, and then also want to grade certain players on the team's performance during the Summer League. So
Yeah.
again, super excited. It was an awesome experience getting to go to the Summer League, one as a fan, but also as a relatively new Miami Heat content creator. And for me, the environment was awesome. It was an experience that I'll never forget. You get to have access to NBA players, media, coaches. So pretty surreal. You got to brush shoulders with NBA players left and right and their family. Both of us got to experience meeting family members of different NBA teams. And so for me, I ran into Charlie Villanueva, got to chop it up with him a little bit. I'm old. I'm not a kid. If I was a kid, I'm sure Digila, Adele, and I would have been fanning out a lot more if we were like 12 years old. But
Oh, it'd be an amazing environment for a young person for sure.
yeah, like I'm not the type of guy. I'm extroverted, but I'm not the type of guy to like bug people. So like the few people that I did say hello to, seemed extra nice and open. So got to talk to Bobby Marks from ESPN, who's obviously a super insightful guy. Said what's
Absolutely.
up. Got to say what's up to Coach Alvin Gentry. So just being in that same space as some of these great basketball minds is something I'll never forget. And as a fan, Adele and I got to sit pretty close on the floor and got to see 5 games per day. And you see NBA rookies, G leaguers, some guys who are in the league, some guys who are fighting to be in the league, guys who are going to be playing overseas. And that was fun. And also from a content creator perspective and standpoint, I got to meet Adele in person. We created some content together, which was cool. I got to meet Ethan Skolnick from 5 Reasons. We've done 3 or 4 podcasts together, so I got to meet him. Met Wes Goldberg. He was on the podcast in the past, so him and I got to do a collab, which I have posted on the channel, so go check that out as well. So super awesome. Another personal highlight was that I got to sit alongside my cousin, who's the host of Locked On Clippers, and so that was a full circle moment, getting to meet a family member of mine and talk basketball all in one place. So overall, Summer League was an awesome experience for a hoops junkie like myself and Adele. And what was your experience though? Just being there for 5 full days, getting to watch pretty much all 30 teams and getting to see their rookies, some of their vets. Like, who are some of the guys that you got to talk to? Like, who are you excited to like see while you were there?
Yeah, and so I just put up a video on my Instagram titled "I journeyed to hell to get to hoops heaven," because that's really what it was. It was 111 degrees in Las Vegas, and you walk
Horrible.
outside and your freaking face melts. So yeah, it was an experience. That Vegas heat is different, man. But once you get inside the Thomas and Mack Center and Cox Pavilion, uh, it's amazing. It is exactly that. It's hoops heaven. And I didn't reach out and talk to many of these people. Like I saw a lot of the people that you spoke about. I didn't go up to any of them. Most of them were talking to other people. I don't bother people. I'm not a natural networker. But if people introduce me, I'm a very good networker once I'm introduced. But I saw Cron Butler, Adam Simon. I didn't get to see Spo. He was on the sideline, so we saw him on the court supporting Eric Glass and Wayne Ellington. And
Lonzo,
yeah,
UD.
Alonzo Mourning, UD. LeBron was in the house for the one game, so we got to see LeBron in the house.
We were together at that time. We watched the Lakers and Pelicans. So we saw Bronny, we saw
Yep.
Fears, we saw Queen as well, right?
Nisi. Yep. Absolutely. Absolutely. Derek Queen, unfortunately, just is having
I saw.
surgery.
Yeah.
And so he'll be out for 12 weeks. He's going to probably miss training camp. But the experience is phenomenal. Everybody is there, like you said. The who's of basketball. I got to meet Yossi Goslin as well. He's on Twitter, the Cap guy. He's really smart, really insightful. Yep. So me and Ethan, we got to talk to him for a while. I saw Bobby Marks and all those guys. So they're all there. But my biggest takeaway is that you can sit down. The food's not terrible. It's not great, but it's not terrible. But you can get food, sit down, and watch 5 professional basketball games. You get to see all the stars of tomorrow in person, and there's not a bad seat in the house. No matter where you're at, they're great seats. So as a content creator, as a draft analyst, I loved it. Like, the networking stuff is secondary to me. Like, I was there for the hoops, and man, was it amazing. I mean, that San Antonio Spurs Dallas game was electric.
Dylan Harper's defense, and what's his name?
Carter Bryant.
Carter Bryant. Oh my God,
Bryant.
he locked up Flag a few times, man, on the perimeter.
Oh, the whole first half they did. The San Antonio defense shut him down, but in the second half,
yeah,
Cooper Flag put on the cape and ended up with 30 plus points. So he's the real deal. But then I saw you were gone. You were getting on a plane to go back home. And it was that Indiana Pacers Chicago Bulls game. That's the second best game I've seen. And it was electric. That was the one where Johnny Furphy baptized Noah Osengu and has the viral meme picture going out all over the place. That game was phenomenal. It was really, really fun. And I sat by Jordan Walsh's family in that same Cox Pavilion setting when he got thrown out, unfortunately, during the Miami Heat game.
Yeah.
They're some of the nicest people you'll meet, man. They were fantastic people. In fact, we were all talking about the Furphy dunk from the game before because they got there at the half. And we were like sharing phones like, hey, I saw because they didn't put the replay of that dunk on in the arena.
Crazy.
And yeah, so we looked it up on our phones and we're like, oh, look, I got this angle. This goes, oh, I got this angle. And so it was actually really cool meeting the Walsh family. I hope that kid can turn it around and make it because he seems like a really good kid from what is, speaking to his family. But he's, it's a tough break when you get ejected from a summer league game. What else stood out to you, Amir, while you were there in Las Vegas?
I mean, just the effort. Like, these guys were playing, for the most part, their hearts out. They're playing for an opportunity. They're playing for a contract.
Absolutely.
And it's not the best basketball necessarily, but like, there is a lot of good defense. Like, there are guys that are typically not taking possessions off because they're auditioning with so many scouts and so many NBA executives there. And so you are watching guys play their hearts out, which is a fun thing to see. Like, these guys are trying to fulfill their dreams. So it was fun to see the effort from all of these guys out there. It was fun to see guys that are going to have a good opportunity to make a name for themselves, like the Cooper Flags, like the Dylan Harpers, like the Trey Johnsons, who you love. There's a lot of guys out there that actually showcased why they are a lottery pick. And then there's also a lot of guys out there that have shown that they've been in the league for a full season, second year pros, and they've shown what
Filipkowski
looked good. Like, I mean, there's certain guys out there that looked really good. Like, this is what it looks like when you actually are in an NBA organization where you're coached, you have the training, the nutritionists, the dietitians, and when you're playing against the best competition in the world, there's some guys who definitely stood out. There's the um, was it Kobe Bumpkin who looked like one of the most
Buffkin,
purest. Yeah, Buff. Was it him that looked like one of the most purest shooters, or who's the dude on Atlanta that looked like?
Nikola Diricic,
No, was it? Was it Kobe? Is there another Kobe out there that
Kobe.
like look?
No, so Kobe Buffkin, he's the second year guy from Atlanta.
Yeah, yeah, he looked like
Yeah,
him. He looked like a pro out there. Like he looked
right,
like a pro scorer compared to the competition, right? Like
right.
especially against the Heat in that first game. You weren't there for that, but he just looked like a bucket. Like there's certain guys that just looked head and shoulders above
Yeah,
the
well, but the thing
competition.
about the Heat's roster is there's only like
Four players,
three
three.
players are going to make an NBA roster on that summer league team, and a lot of these guys, a lot of these teams have multiple because they have so many draft picks. The Heat haven't had very many draft picks over the years, so they haven't really accumulated a lot of talent to put out on those summer league teams. Like, you know, the previous season, Isaiah Stevens was there. He's gone. JC, Josh Christopher, he's gone from last time. And there's a countless others like not Pella Larson, but Jaime Jaquez didn't play this time around. So there's a lot of turnover on that Miami Heat summer league roster. Like you look at a team
Yeah,
like the Brooklyn Nets, right? People are like, oh, they had a good summer league team. Well, they also had like 6 draft picks. Like they had 6 premium players that were on their roster. Same
right.
thing with that San Antonio Spurs roster. You have Dylan Harper and Carter Bryant. You're going to look pretty good. Cooper Flags and that. Like the Charlotte Hornets, I like what they put together too. Like I like what Con Knipple did outside of his first game. Liam McNeely, I like what I've seen from him. Um,
Tijon.
Salawan, yes, his second year, I liked him coming out of the draft. So, you know, I expect a lot of things from that Hornets team. Now, they're led by who also made an appearance, LaMelo Ball. He was there supporting his guys for about 2 quarters and then left.
Yep.
As they all tend to do. That's the other thing. When you're there in Las Vegas at the Summer League, you're going to see a lot of the teammates come out and support. We got to see the first glimpse of Norm Powell on the Miami Heat sideline during the NBA Summer League. He was there supporting the guys
Where was Tyler
very
Hero? We didn't see
briefly.
him. Bam was like it has an excuse. He was recruiting Luca, with that Jordan
That's right.
brand.
In
He was in
Greece.
Europe, but like
That's right.
where were the Miami Heat guys? And like outside of Norm, we didn't really get to we didn't see the Miami folks. I only got to see one Miami game, so
I mean, all the Miami brass was there though,
yeah.
outside of Pat
Alonzo,
Riley and Andy.
I saw Alonzo UD, I saw
Alonzo,
Spo.
UD, Spo. Who else was there? There was somebody else.
You said Butler you
Karan.
saw.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Karan Butler was there.
Was Malik
So
there?
Malik, I didn't see Malik. But yeah, the whole contingent was pretty much out there for the most part for the Miami Heat. The Miami Heat are going to have a problem. Vlad Golden tries really hard, and I said it coming out of the draft. He's a traditional slow-footed big, and it showed up in a major way in summer league.
Yeah.
If he has to give you backup minutes in a real NBA game,
Give me Thomas
it's
Bryant.
going to be rough, man.
Give me
It's going to be
Deadman.
rough.
Give me Deadman.
Don't give me Thomas Bryant. No.
Not you rather have
No.
or Golden over Thomas Bryant?
I'm saying if we have to rely on Thomas Bryant, we're in a bad spot.
If we have to rely on Golden as our backup center, then
You're in a
spot too.
bad spot. Yeah, you're in a bad spot.
So speaking of the Heat guys, so let's focus on the prime 4. So what are your grades for the 4? So it was a rough summer league for the team
yeah,
in terms of wins, right? Like they won last
right.
year, so there was hopes that or expectations that they could actually make it to is it the playoffs? I guess what do they call it? Like I guess like
it's
past
a
the group
playoff.
stages or whatever they call it. Like,
Well, yeah, I think it's a playoff. I don't know.
whatever
But
it is.
anyway, the wins were few and far between because the talent on that summer league team is pretty low.
Right.
But you're talking about the core guys. I assume you're talking about where
Yes.
you're talking about Pella Larson, Kasper Siakachonis,
and
I don't know who's the fourth. Vlad Golden.
Keyshot.
Oh, Keyshot. Okay, Keyshot. All right.
So let's grade those 4. Okay, so let's start off.
Sure.
Let's start off with Kasparis, obviously our number 1 pick, first round pick, 20th overall. Up and down, uneven, summer league, especially if we think about the California Classic. But let's not really focus on that. Let's focus just on Las Vegas. So,
Right.
what's your grade for him overall?
I'd give Kasper Siakachonis a C plus. I mean, I think it was a C plus. And the reason why I say that, he had that one really, really well rounded game, right?
First game, I was there. That was the one
Matter of
against the
fact,
Hawks.
I'm going to give him a B minus. I'm going to move that C plus to a B minus. Here's why. The other games, I thought he did a lot of really good things, but one game, it seemed like they didn't want to showcase him. They're trying to get a look at Javante Cook. They're trying to get a look at Kara Lewis. So they moved him completely off ball after that one really good game.
Yep.
And
Kind of like
he
it was in California Classic. Off ball
exactly
more. Yeah.
because they really wanted to see what they have in these other guys. Javante Cook, Kyra Lewis, Gardner, Eric Stevenson, who gets an F minus from me. But anyway, I thought he did a lot of good things where he facilitated really well and his teammates weren't able to capitalize.
Yeah.
But his ball handling needs a lot of work. He needs to get in NBA shape. So that's why I give him a B minus. So B minus, long
What
story
about
short.
what about Kalel? There's obviously the big issues with Spo calling him out and all that stuff, and then he bounced back. But just overall grade thoughts.
I'll give Khalil Ware a B plus. Here's why. I expect him to do these things in summer league. It's not an A. It's not an A plus because he should be that dominant. Now, if he would have came out the gate and been dominant from the beginning, yeah, I would have gave him an A. But there's no way he could get an A plus in a summer league setting, unless he's putting up like Wilt Chamberlain, like 50 points, 50 rebounds, like 20 assist number.
No, I would have gave him an A if he like went like 28 and 12. If you came full throttle, like for the first.
I expect him to do that though. He's that talented in summer league. He should be able to do that in summer.
And
league.
he started how many games with the Miami Heat last year? 30.
Yeah, yeah. And when he started, he even with poor technique defensively, even with limited shot selection ability, he still got double doubles. Khalil Ware as a talent could roll out of bed and get you 10 and 10. Like he's a double talent just walking around. So the disappointing part was the fact that his coach had to call him out and motivate him, but he's super young. So maybe he learns from that. And that's something you look for throughout the regular season. Does he need constant carrot dangling to be motivated? Or can he find that within himself to be that professional that I got to come to work and bring it every single night? So he gets a B from me.
Yep. It's just annoying that a guy who's as privileged as he is to be in the NBA needs to get called out this early on. But either way, what are your thoughts on Kashad, someone who Miami Heat fans wanted in the rotation? And I mean in the rotation as like the 11th man. Like give him some opportunity. He didn't really have much, right? He was mostly playing in Sioux Falls for the Skyforce. He had some games towards the end of the season, especially when we already were
Right.
8 games, whatever, below, after that like 10-game losing streak that we had,
Right.
which was rough. But what are your thoughts on him? Again, also another up and down. Had a couple bad, couple good games. Like he didn't show a lot of improvement, right? He looks like the same guy from last year. In my
That's the
opinion.
problem, right? He looks like he's pretty much the same guy, and that's the issue when you're going into year 2. You want to see growth. The problem with Keshad Johnson, he gets a C from me because he didn't really improve. He didn't really show much, but his grade was like a D minus, and it brought himself up to a C with those couple of good games of play. He needs to be athletic, so they need to get him on the move when he's playing offense. So whether it's in transition or whether it's on timely cuts to the basket where you can get on top of the rim. But defensively is where it's going to matter. If he can be switchable without fouling, he'll be able to provide Miami with useful minutes. The problem in Summer League is for the majority of the games, when he would guard up on the perimeter, he would be way too handsy and he would collect and accumulate a lot of fouls.
Yeah, he averaged like 7 fouls a game.
Yeah, so he's got to really clean that up. And that's the disappointing part. And that's why he got a C from me.
Gotcha. So yeah, before we close, last person, best player on the team during the summer league, someone who we
Yep.
highlighted and showcased, had a lot of usage. Pelle Larsson, second year, going into his second year, second round pick. I thought he did great. Like, obviously, there's room for improvement as well, obviously,
Right.
which I think from an efficiency standpoint, shooting like him as well, like from like a fouling perspective, defense was up and down. Offense was good. I mean, for summer league, but
Right.
what do you grade Pella?
I gave Pella an A plus, and here's why.
A
The
plus.
leadership. Yeah, listen, the leadership that he showed on that team, where he had to do so much just to keep them in games. He would get to the rim off the bounce. He'd get to the free throw line. He would hit threes. He would defend his butt off. He played extremely hard the entire time. There was never a time he had to question his effort. Never a time where he looked down and like in the dumps. He was a leader of that group. And leadership goes a long way. So if you can get your second round pick to be a leader, on ball, downhill attacking, drawing fouls, you've got something on top of the defense that he already provides. So I gave him an A plus. I thought it was a fantastic summer league for him. And that's what you need to see from a second round pick.
Do you think he is ahead of Jaime in the rotation next season? Do you think he's the ninth guy, perhaps off the bench?
It's tricky with Jaime because me personally, I don't think Jaime was healthy most of the season. Like Jaime couldn't dunk for the first half of the season. He couldn't dunk, and he's a dunk contest participant. By the end of the season, in those last few games where he started getting minutes again, dude was dunking all over the place again. I'm like, oh, I'm pretty sure he wasn't healthy most of the season. So I think it just really depends on how Jaime looks in camp, and that's going to be a battle we're going to want to keep our eye on.
Yeah, we'll see. Hopefully it's not the injury slash the mental piece, like because he was pretty confident as a rookie because he had the opportunity. He had a defined role via injuries. Haywood was out.
Right.
A few other players got hurt early on. I think Caleb Martin was hurt as well. So he was thrusted into a role, forced to play essentially, and played really well. So he had the confidence. It looked like he was lacking confidence with his shot, though.
Oh, the
Out,
shot's a problem for sure.
outside the injury, because he like a lot of his shots were open in that corner, and teams were daring him to shoot that, and he missed a lot. So I feel like that was a little psychological. But like if you're not fully healthy and you can't go 110%, that's going to be an issue for sure.
I think that was the majority of his issue getting in the lane and finishing. Was that there's a little bit of the scouting to it. He doesn't change speeds at all. So like when you're driving to the rim consistently, you got to change speeds, you got to change angles, you got to give the defense something else to think about. You can't just go full bore down the lane all the time unless you're an uber athlete. And he's a good athlete, but he's not an uber athlete. And so the scouting report a little bit helped, but I think once he gets healthy, once he gets back in rhythm of things, I'm interested to see the growth. Can he change speeds better? Can he change directions a little bit better? We'll see all of that. We'll find that out early in training camp and in the first couple of exhibition games.
Yeah, hopefully he'll bounce back after a sophomore slump and has an opportunity to carve a path and has a role with this Miami Heat team off the bench. We'll see what
Right.
happens. But anyway, thank you so much for hopping on, Adel. I appreciate the time as usual. So again, don't forget to go to Digital Adel's YouTube channel, it's Hoops Profile, and subscribe to his channel if you want to get more information around NBA drafts and up and coming college players. So thanks again.
So to speak to that, you're welcome and thanks for having me. I did do a little rebrand. It's actually now Digital Adel Hoops. So no more Hoops Profile. It's formerly Hoops Profile. It's now Digital Adel Hoops for YouTube. And then anywhere on social media, you can find me under Digital Adel. So I appreciate you, Amir. Thanks for having me on again. Have a great rest of your day.
Appreciate it, man. Take care.
You're welcome. Take care.